It's the Daily Talk Show, episode 298.
Edging closer to the 300 mark. It's very exciting.
You sound like Derek.
Do I?
The very breathy.
Oh, you know why? It's because I put the headphones on. I'm now riding my vocal, riding what's coming through, because I could hear that I was breathing into it.
Riding as in sort of like
riding the wave of how my voice sounds.
Okay.
I think it's what you do when you've got headphones on.
Okay.
It's what I do, at least.
Right. What are we going to do for episode 300?
Well, it's a public holiday in Australia. Another one in Melbourne.
Labor Day,
yeah. Not sure.
Should do something fun.
Yeah.
I can't think of anything at the moment.
No, not right now. But I will say, Josh, you know how you've got, and I think a lot of people do, social anxiety around going to the gym based on potential interactions that you may have.
Mm-hmm. I think part of it is because you're so bullish at the gym. So when I'm with you,
if you went by yourself, don't you think
I'd be more comfortable in the cardio because I know how those things work. So anything around the weights, because it says always move your weights.
Yeah, put your weights back.
Put your weights back. And then so we use some weights.
Yeah.
And I'll say, should we move the weights back? And you're like, nah, not those sorts of weights.
Depends. Some machines, it's left on. Others, dumbbells you got to put away. There's a bunch of rules, which I've gathered along the way. But I mean, like, even Matt Diavella told us a story about an awkward interaction that happened at the gym. So the point is, it's nothing about the weights and stuff. It's the human interaction that you can have. Yeah. So if you went to by yourself, and I kind of, I haven't ever, like, I've been going to the gym long enough that I've kind of sort of, awkward things happen, but I don't really notice them as much. But one happened last night. I saw a penis
in the bathroom.
I saw a penis in the bathroom that I was blown away by.
Why were you blown away?
Just because it was ginormous, and the dude was showering with the door open, like. Close that shit and hide that animal.
Yeah, but he knew.
Yeah, the fucking anaconda, get away, bro. Anyway, I finished my shower. It was like 8:30 or something. I walked to my locker.
Wait, so if you were seeing him, did you have your shower door open?
I was leaving the shower.
Yeah, I could just
and the fucked up bit was I forgot my card that opens my locker in the shower, so I had to go back in, and he's still there. I'm just like,
another sneak. He thought that you were doing the whole like leaving your wallet behind so you get one last look.
I mean, so the gym that I go to, the franchise that I go to, it's super, super. There's a lot of gay men there.
Yeah,
a high chance that shit is going on.
Why
in there.
Is Fitness First gayer than other gyms?
I think there's probably gyms with a higher amount of gay people, but Fitness First does attract that type. I don't know. Maybe it's like,
I think Virgin Active is probably the same. It's just like a little bit bling bling.
Yeah,
it's sort of that community that looks after themselves.
Definitely. Yeah, I guess there is a massive amount of men that go to the gym, and the one in like King's Cross, there's a Fitness First, and it's intimidating at times. I've been like, you fully get. It's almost like I've had moments where I'm in the change room and I legitimately thought this person must have known me, or we knew each other, because the eye contact that these gay men give you, just like, and they smile and they're waiting for a reaction, and I'm just like, oh no, what's happening here? Anyway, so I'm walking out. It's not like I'm not confident at these gyms based around that. I don't care. I've been around gyms long enough, and I'm not gay, so I'm not exactly worried. Yeah. So I walk up to my locker, and I was in my towel, and I pressed the buzzer, like it just unlocks the locker, and there was this young kid. I thought he would have been like 15 or 16 next to me, and so I kind of looked at him, and his door was open to his locker, and I just noticed a magazine. There was a chick on the front. I didn't even look what magazine it was. And I looked at him, and then he says to me, "Oh, it's not a Woman's Day magazine. It's not." And I just laughed. I was like, it was awkward and unusual, but I was like, what? Why did I just went so internal? I was like, why is this kid thought that I thought he was looking at a Woman's Day?
Well, the biggest thing I'm trying to work out is, what has this got to do with anaconda dick?
No, the anaconda dick just.
Oh, that's just another story. That was just
coming from.
But it happened. 97. Were you waiting for the connection as well?
No anaconda dick. I'm now talking about the 16-year-old young bloke, and so I'm just thinking. I was thinking he must have thought that I thought he was gay or something. Like, I remember being a 16-year-old kid or I reckon it was younger, like 13, 14. You almost don't want to be seen as gay. And that's the problem, right? That it's even a worry that you think other people externally are thinking you're gay.
Yeah.
Because there's no fucking problem with being gay. And so I was like, he hung around and was kind of looking at me and was like, just doing some weird things. And then I walked out and we were walking out together. And I was thinking, I want to ask this kid why he thought that I thought it was a Women's Day. And so I asked him.
And what did he say?
And he's like, I just didn't want you to think that it was a Women's Day. I said, what would be the problem if it was a Women's Day? There's nothing wrong with reading Women's Day. He's like, that's your opinion.
He said, that's your opinion.
That's your opinion. I just don't, I wouldn't read that. And it was just this weird interaction. I was like, there's actually no problem, mate. And so it was just bizarre. He was just young, and then we ended up having a good chat.
What did you talk about after that?
He'd been at school all day. It was a long day. He'd been training. Yeah. It was a weird interaction.
This is definitely not selling in gyms for me.
No, I know. This is my point, that I don't think that I would experienced the awkward.
But I think you go towards it. I think that there's all these things that are happening. How do I avoid it? I have a few rules. I'm not showering at the gym.
Yeah. Well, I know, because you're worried about anaconda.
No, I just like there's germs. That's part of it, which is like, it's like, do you wear thongs?
No.
When you...
No, never.
And so there's that.
Yeah.
And then so do you bring your own soap?
No, because there's a soap dispenser. It's not a cake of soap.
You don't get to pick
the type.
It's like is it got a fragrance to it?
It's just some brand that they've got.
So I'd want to bring my own. I have a coconut one that I like. So I'd need to bring that. That's annoying.
Yeah. Well, it was the time where I realised, yes, you're totally right. I go towards, and I asked him because I was.
Do you shampoo?
It is like a shampoo / body wash.
There's no such thing.
Yes, there is.
If there's a slash, you go to motels or whatever, if they ever doing that, it's actually...
It's all marketing, is what you're saying. You wash your hair with soap. You can wash your hair with whatever soap.
Yeah. But it always feels strawy after that, do you think? Or no?
That is shampoo until you condition it, baby boy. That's when you're getting that silky soft hair.
Well, I don't know.
After the conditioner. It's definitely not conditioned. It doesn't come out feeling super soft. How does that actually happen, by the way?
The conditioner.
How does the conditioner make your hair so silky?
Well, because it's just like it's made of different things.
Yeah, but how?
I'm not sure. But I think that the gym thing gives me anxiety.
But what about
But you're going towards it. I just wouldn't have. I probably when he said, it's not a Women's Day, I don't think he would have said that because I wouldn't have been making any eye contact. So it just never would have come about.
Yeah,
but
there are dudes like you that are at the gym.
Dudes like me, okay.
Dudes like you that are at the gym. So awkward, don't want to around the social situation, around a bunch of people you don't know. You're not giving any eye contact, and it puts off a vibe. And I know the opposite puts off a vibe too. So the guy that eyeballs you, looks down at your anaconda and says, "Fuck, mate."
Did you say something to him?
I would never say that.
I wonder if he's got... That's a compliment, though.
Okay, so the dude who I'm talking about that was in the bathroom, he got kicked out of another Fitness First because of how weird he was. He does some of the weirdest things.
How do you know this information? Now I know why he didn't mention the gym brand up front.
Oh, no, it doesn't matter. He get kicked out. So my mate Tommy D went over and helped him. We were training together, and then he goes over. He's like, "Can you help me?" And we go over. Tommy goes over and helps him, and then sort of decides to just let him suffer a bit. As a spot is you're just trying to sort of assist in case they really fuck it. Yeah. He got so angry
because he didn't lift more.
That he didn't do it the right way, and then he told off my mate for helping him out. And we're just
wonder if there's a connection there, chicken or the egg. Him having a big, an abnormally big penis.
Yeah,
does that make him? I don't know. Maybe there's
pulling some oxygen from his brain.
Yeah, I don't know.
He's an odd dude.
Yeah,
he does some of the weirdest exercises you've ever seen, and he could potentially have something going on with him. But so there is a bunch of guys like that, and they do it they still get there. Yeah. So if you were to they get to the gym, they do the thing.
Sure.
I don't think you want it to cripple you.
I had a mate who went towards an awkward situation the other day.
Yeah.
Went to Subway and there was an older guy making his sandwich. My mate's a bit of a germaphobe, and the old guy was sweating profusely.
Oh, no.
And so he's making the sandwich, he's like really sweating, and my mate's watching the guy's sweat drip onto the Subway sandwich.
That's fucked.
And so he got to the end of the line, and my mate said, "I'm sorry, I can't have that."
No, I think he's fine. I think that is. I mean, it's confronting to say.
It's so confronting.
Would you? I think you would buy it.
No, I'd definitely buy it. I'd probably eat
buy
it. I'd be like, I don't want anything to be awkward. I wouldn't bin it. Instead,
can you please throw that in the bin?
The watch? No, it's under warranty. I need to get fixed. But no, definitely, I'd be like, you know what? Every asshole is going to be weird about this guy. I'm going to sit closest to the guy so he can eye line. I'm going to eat the whole fucking sandwich. That's what I would do to make him feel better.
But I don't know if you would think that. Like, there are so many people that it's like people who smell. People they don't. Half of them don't know. Yeah. They're in this world. Like I had it training people in gyms. You see the best of it, and by best I mean the most extreme cases of it. Like I had one client that had probably done a shart. And on his white pants at the back,
it was all brown.
It was a bit brown, and like he's just wore them a couple of times. Like didn't fucking wash, stunk. And it's like, have you not? Want that. I mean, I'm not like some grooming dude who's always smelling great, but I was like, I have a gauge of when I probably stink a bit. I hope so. Please tell me if I don't.
So the gym. The thing is, the gym for you is the prime location for you. That's where you are really comfortable. Where is somewhere where you think that you feel a bit more out of place?
No, like there is a feeling of being uncomfortable in change room. Like I understand. I'm not some dude. There are guys that walk around just completely nude. It's like they're the ones that are probably super comfortable. Like I still feel levels of uncomfort.
But so the gym, the gym, you've been there enough that you gain some sort of
I get
shield to it all.
Yeah.
Where is something that you just hate going to that gives you anxiety?
No, I don't have many. I don't. There are, me. Like my mood varies, and if I'm feeling that sort of insular in my head, it could be just seeing people.
Maybe school. If you went to school, do you think you would feel
I would
like
never go to school? Going to a school?
Yeah.
Nah, because it's a different context now. But the probably time was when I used to get cold sores. Like I haven't had.
Why don't you get cold?
I don't know.
That's not a thing.
Dude.
You can't.
No, I still got the virus, bro. I've still got herpes.
There's the title of the show.
I've still got herpes. It's living in my spine.
It's fucked up. That's actually you're not unusual in that regard. That's where it stays.
I think that's where in the spine. Oh. Anyway, I got them severely when I was young. There's so many photos. My brother, even worse, like baby photo, like not baby, but like young, 4, 5, 6 school photos.
Oh, you had them as that young,
dude. That was my source of anxiety. Like that was my source of insecurity as a kid.
Did your mum give it to you or something? Can that happen?
Nah, mum doesn't get them. Dad doesn't get them.
I just always assumed that the way you get them is you make out with someone.
Nah, like if you were catching cold sore via somebody else, like that other person is a complete fucking asshole, because if you've got them on your lip, the last thing you want to do is kiss. And when you've got one on your lip, you totally know you've got one on your lip.
But so how do you get it when you're 3 years old?
You feel like you're a monster. This is the thing. You're probably born with it.
Yeah,
so you could have it now and you don't know it's dormant. So it's dormant and then it comes out later. How do I know?
How can we test for it? I wonder. I'm sure we could.
I'm sure, yeah.
Blood
maybe.
test.
But I remember I just remember this one moment at school. We used to have to put, so back in the day before Zavirax came out, which is one of the brands, and then before Famvir, which is a tablet that you can now take, all this shit didn't exist. And so we had medical swabs. So the idea was that you got a medical swab and it's just a little square and it's sort of got alcohol in it, smells like full-on alcohol, and you'd rub it onto it. So the purpose was to dry it out, and this is what medical doctors would suggest you do.
Is it not suggested nowadays? Or?
I don't know. I did see Zoe Foster Blake. She
the patches was it that she uses?
No, well she was using nail polish remover.
Oof.
And so there was all these people going, do you think it's irresponsible for Zoe to be suggesting people
Who's
use
saying
Zoe?
this?
There was in a forum. It was in the Shameless forum.
Okay,
Where else? The Shameless girls have a...
So you're on Facebook. So this is so you're on Facebook.
It's actually Instagram, maybe, and then I saw it on their Facebook forum.
Do you find that, because I retired from social media in November, but between the two of us, I'm way more likely to be the Shameless forum guy.
Yeah, totally.
And so what's happened is with Mr. 97 finding a date, and through the connection with Shameless, you've connected up to their Facebook group. How much do you feel like now your world is starting to become, like, are you knowing a lot more about Married at First Sight and things?
Well, I've been very close to commenting a few times. But
really?
I've held back.
I'm glad.
I won't do it. Trust me. I'm
because
not that
because the comments are always going to be, if you're commenting, you've got something to say, and it's probably
I'll air one of the comments. So there was a video posted, Married at First Sight, this silly show in Australia that is so fucking huge, and it's crazy at the moment. Anyway, a video came out from one of the radio websites in Australia of all of the TV ads that the people who are on Married at First Sight have been on, and they're like, guys, we knew it. They're all actors. And they were all, guys, have you seen this? And people are writing this. I'm like, you mean that you actually think that these people on these reality shows are there for anything other than trying to get famous? And that's what they'll probably do before getting onto ads?
It's not the thing where it's like maths are specifically opening up agency books and trying to find talent. It just so happens that the type of attention-seeking motherfuckers that are on maths have also probably tried to done all the other stuff.
Well, I think you'll find a connection if you went into any of the people that are on these reality sites. They've either got an Instagram account they're trying to push, they've either been or with an agent. It's always the case. And so, that was the closest thing. I was like, you guys really think... I would never have written this because I realised how stupid...
Say it on the show and stuff.
You guys realise how silly this is. Like, it's no point. But I am...
Getting worked up. I would... So maybe I enjoy... Maybe there's something you could engage in one comment that would be fun.
Hey, girls, I was at the gym last night and I saw an anaconda.
And get people's vibe on it.
What do you do?
Yeah. Well, I don't know if you'd have to lead. I would probably only feel comfortable with you writing comments, not leading a post.
Yeah. No, definitely wouldn't lead a post. I don't know. Wouldn't even know where to start. I haven't ever watched an episode of those.
You don't have a TV.
Don't have a TV. I watched The Bachelor 5 years ago when I lived in Shepparton. That was one of the requirements for breakfast radio was to...
be across it all. Ryan John had mentioned that. What's the... we got an email from...
3D Dill?
Yeah, 3D Dill.
3D Dill.
Do you want me to read it? Or
go. Yeah, read
I actually haven't read it at all. Have you?
I've read it. Yeah,
this is huge. There's a lot. Do you want to? What's the main bits? It's a long bloody email.
So basically, we've got the key ring cult, and the key ring that we've decided to go with that we're going to have made for a select few. There's currently 5 that we've accepted and opened the doors to. The key ring is a squeegee. And you would understand if you'd listened to episode 13 or across the 290, what are we, 7, 8, 9? 98, 298, you will have heard this, so I won't go into it. But 3D Dill is a designer and he's mocked up a design of it and now he's almost into production phase.
Yeah,
and
he lives in Canada.
Yeah.
The best bit, which is I'd love to come to Australia and hand them off in person. I'd like to make that a project in itself. Josh, I took your advice and checked out Air Canada flights. I'm currently looking at booking a flight near the end of April.
Okay.
Mate, I'm in capitals. I'm committed to making it happen. 3D Dill, so am I.
Yeah.
This is so... And this is an epic email. So I've got to go properly through.
He's going into he's now going to start printing them. He's been really meticulously working out how he can make them strong. So think about the key ring bit where it actually goes around the loop. There's a chance that breaks. He's putting thought and detail into this. I mean, it's like if we make a video, we don't make shitty ones because it it's what we do. We can't be seen to be doing shit stuff. And so this is what Dill's doing.
Dill's got some high end.
Do you feel like, I know it's his choice to come out here? Does it?
I've done sillier stuff.
Have you?
So I think that's the thing. I think if 3D Dill wants to hand them in person and we can have him on the show, handing him over.
I mean, we did go to New York City, and
for Seth
Godin, and it was only like the day before, and I didn't ask you because I was like, I just hope that it's all going ahead. And you emailed him when we were there.
Yeah.
Not before.
I didn't want to annoy him. Would confirm the date and all that sort of thing, and then just the day before I said, "Hey, we're still on, yeah."
And he wrote back.
I was like, "Yeah, cool.
See you tomorrow."
All good.
And I was just like, my heart was just like,
oh. Really, you were really worried about it.
Well, I knew it would happen.
Mm-hmm.
We'd gone all the way. I would choose the optimistic view of it if it didn't happen, but I really wanted it to. So I didn't want to put any stress onto it. So I was like, it's going to happen. Yeah. It's going to happen. And it did. And so Dylan, 3D Dill.
3D Dill.
If you book those tickets, it's actually going to happen, bro.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we should definitely, I mean, the question I have is Can
you get them through customs?
Yeah, well, like, it's not really a commercial quantity. It should be fine. I feel like we need to work out what the costs of making them are so we can be paying for all the materials and all those bits and pieces.
We've got to look after Dill.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I mean, he's got flights to pay. Erik, we've promised that every week on a Thursday, Wednesday our time. Sorry, Wednesday
his
Erik's time.
Yep.
We'll
Thursday
have
our time.
a quick chat.
Yeah, Erik is our American correspondent. Lives in Norfolk, USA.
And so he was saying something about, I guess I should do FaceTime because then it doesn't cost me money. Whereas
have you checked your bill?
Yeah, I couldn't say it hasn't shown up yet. So it'll be very interesting to see. What do we want? Headphones. There we go. This is perfect.
All right. Amy loved last week's episode with Erik, by the way. Yeah. You went deep. That's great. We never know what we're going to get with Erik. That's why I love him. Here we go.
Erik. What's going on, mate?
How are you?
Well, we're good. How are you?
I'm doing well.
Oh, that's good, mate. You sound super calm.
Yeah.
What's happening?
What do you mean, what's happening?
I mean, is that not a phrase that's used? You just seem like very relaxed, like you're absolutely exhausted or something.
I'm probably that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you explain what you've been doing for the last how long?
What, today?
Yeah.
Oh, so I rode a bike for 40 minutes.
Yeah, and how'd you go?
So it was pretty interesting. It was maybe 20 minutes in. I was like, what the hell am I doing?
And how many miles did you have to ride?
So the point is to do it for 40 minutes for the next 40 days. It's kind of like a Lent thing.
Yeah.
And I literally had something I was supposed to tell you that I'm working on. I totally forgot about it. And then I went to go sit down and write it. And I can't remember what it was, but it was all like shit.
That's so good.
But the point is kind of so I have three issues that I struggle with. One of those is patience. The other one is persistence.
Yeah.
And the one is perseverance.
The 3 Ps.
Yeah. And so that's what I'm kind of working on by this bike. I'm working on, persistence. No, I'm sorry. I'm lying. It's persistence, progress, and patience. That's what I wanted to say.
Great. Where did you hear about, did you come up with these 3 Ps or did you read it somewhere?
No, I come up with all my stuff.
Great.
I don't use other people's materials.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, I see that you actually may come up with your material on the toilet. I saw a photo you posted on your Insta of you on the toilet.
Pants down.
Pants down.
When was this morning?
I don't know. It's your feed, bro. It was like one of the posts in the last week. You had your pants off.
There was no, to be clear, it was just we all could only see your pants down. We couldn't see anything.
It wasn't a guy at the gym situation like me. What happened to me?
No. So if you're talking about this morning, then the point of that was kind of to focus on. I was chatting with somebody, and they're like, they hate getting caught in a compromising position. I'm like, everybody has to pull their pants down, or they won't survive.
Yeah, everyone needs to shit.
Yeah, it's like you either have to shit or wash your ass. Those two things have to happen, and so it's like it was kind of a metaphor to not allow those moments of what we would call embarrassment to be a problem, because those embarrassing moments are what makes us better, is what keeps us alive.
Yeah.
What's the most embarrassing thing that's happened to you that has had other people? I guess most embarrassment comes when there's people outside of yourself that see it. Because I've had things that would be embarrassing that happen. Yeah. I've shat myself in private. Not really that embarrassing. You do it in public. It's the end of the world. It feels like. What's happened to you? Anything?
I don't know. It's now he asked me, have I had an embarrassing moment? Like a ton of them. It's like I can't really put into which one was the most embarrassing. But I think that I'm not even going to sit here and try to figure that out because I don't know.
What do you think about? Tommy was talking about my anxiety with the going to the gym. Do you get stressed out going to the gym, or do you just walk in there like a boss?
And it's more about the people there, like the anxiety from being around people in that environment.
So I before I answer that question, I just want to say that if you unplug this episode, do not call me back for another shot because it's not happening. But other than that, I have found that from listening to Josh and kind of talking to him, because we have the private chats that he likes to publicize live here on the
FaceTimes.
Yeah. I've come to find out how much we are alike, and a lot of how we attack situations, which is kind of weird. I don't know. I really don't know who my dad is. I think we might need to check that out. But it's kind of like, the gym part is kind of intimidating. To I was thinking, I was like, I'm pushing 35 and I'm watching a lot of athletic people do things in their 20s, and I'm like, I'm almost 40, and that kind of like, I don't want to do it anymore. And then it's the other thing of, well, you should do it because then you could be the success. I'm like, no, I don't want to be the old guy that just happened to do something. So I think, I can relate to your.
And so, Erik, do you actually am I correct in saying that you go to like a mall or like a community space on a weekend and like are at the front of a group of people and you do a bunch of exercise? What's that about?
So we have the point was to try to incorporate or showcase how we can basically to bring the Josh Janssens out of the world.
Yeah.
I don't know why I say Hanson. One of my friends was saying.
Yeah, the Hanson, good band.
Yeah. But to try to bring those people out, to get them involved, to kind of break through that anxiety or whatever it is that that's the reason why they won't do it. So it's kind of like giving them their safe space. And that's basically what that's about.
And so with this riding challenge that you do, how long? So you're doing 40 days. Is anyone else doing it? And what do we need to get involved? Do we need a bike, an indoor bike? What's the deal?
So for me, it goes back to the whole persistence, patience, and progress thing. I'm working on my IGTV video because now they allow you to put it right to your feed now. That's awesome sauce.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I didn't know that. That's cool.
Yeah. Which, by the way, they're going to be the next person to start paying creators, so you might want to get on that. Okay. Here, folks, first out of me, I want my happens. That's my Gary Vee for the moment. But it's in the Insta or in the IGTV video that I'm working on. We did a lot of posts today about business, and I was talking to a lot of people who either do career marketing or whatever the case may be, and I don't have time to go into that. But the point of the whole thing that I'm learning from the bike ride is people want to see you doing something. And most folks would gravitate to what you're doing. I don't have to sell you. I don't have to market you. I don't have to woo you. If I just show you something, most folks will like that.
Yeah.
They don't even have to know, just like it because they like, man, that dude is doing awesome sauce shit. Let me gravitate to that person. So that's kind of the point now for all of this fitness stuff is it goes back to when we first started talking. We got to show that this stuff can be done.
Yeah. So this is day one. So you're going to be doing this for 40 days. Have you got a calendar or something that you're crossing them all out?
I have a calendar.
Yeah.
That it's on my phone because, you know, we're us millennials. We do everything by our phone.
Digital age.
Yeah.
Of course.
And I'm also inviting people to like do it with me because not necessarily do it with me, but like today I had a buddy who is a gospel funk artist, and he came on. We're gonna talk like maybe twice a week during this, and we talked about his life and all this other good stuff that's going on. And so that kind of helps me get through it because, like I said, I look down like 20 minutes, like, God damn, I got 20 more minutes of this. But then as we began to talk and I began to really get my mind off of the fact that I'm doing this onto the conversation that we're having, it made it go by a little bit faster. So that's why I'm bringing people in to kind of help me get through it and power through it, especially when I turn the bike up and I'm not pedaling like I'm two. I start pedaling like I'm
Yeah, we'll share it on Insta story. So if you tag us, we'll put it up there.
I like it. I think Erik, your point of getting the Josh Janssens out of their homes and into the public is great because I don't think it's when you feel these feelings of the gym. It's like there is a school of thought of leaning into that and just experiencing that feeling, but doing it anyway. It like helps. There's always times in life that we're going to feel. Yeah. Shit or anxious or about situations.
Yeah, I do like the idea of doing it in the home and all that sort of thing. But Erik, so
of course you do, bro.
Yeah, well, I want to get like I would like an exercise bike, but there is a risk that I don't use it.
Yeah.
Erik, good luck with it. Thanks for the chat,
Mr. Janssen. Yeah. In our next fireside chat.
Yes.
Or FaceTime chat. You know, we do these once a week. We just got the wall yesterday. Congratulations. You know, we've already consummated your new apartment. Don't tell me we did. But we have to talk about my idea because I'm not gonna, I'm gonna be nice to you and I'm not gonna treat you the people and call you out in public and tell you that I'm gonna ask you to run a marathon in 10 years.
Yeah, great. But I reckon I could do that. 10 years marathon in 10 years. I like the long goal. Love a long goal.
Yeah, that'll be 3 in 10 years.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that. We're going to plan that out. We're going to strategize.
Yeah,
we're going to under anxious in the gym. We're going to be doing marathon runs. You and me. We're going to run through the mountains. What do you say?
Yeah, I like it.
Moving to Norfolk, Josh.
Yeah, I think we should. We can FaceTime as we run together. I think it sounds great. I didn't say
we move to Norfolk. You don't want to come to Norfolk.
Yeah, come visit Melbourne. We'll work it out. Awesome, mate. What's the temperature very quickly in Norfolk right now?
Negative 49.
No.
Is it really? No.
No.
Well, how cold is it?
It's 37 degrees.
What's that in Celsius?
Fahrenheit, Celsius.
Yeah, so that would be like, that's still pretty cold. It's not snowing or anything?
In Celsius is hide your penis. It might fall off.
so it's fairly cold.
It's cold. All right, thanks for the weather update.
Your penis won't go up.
All right, Erik. Thanks, mate. Thanks for the chat. I think your blood sugar is extremely low from all the riding too, which happens to me. So make sure you have some fucking iced tea and chill the fuck out for the rest of the day.
I'm going to bed.
Yeah, good idea. Awesome, mate. Have a good one.
See you, bro. Good night. This is very cute. You and Erik are forming a pretty special bond. Yeah.
I feel like our conversations though are more and more. I'm like between Erik and I, it's super fucking interesting and great. I don't know how much.
Are you robbing his content for the show?
Yeah, I know. Well, that's why I'm thinking. maybe I'm potentially on my FaceTime.
You didn't tell me you gave him a tour of your apartment. Is that what he said? He consummated?
Consummated means like had sex in the apartment.
Yeah, I thought you might have had him up on the big screen. I get that you didn't actually have sex with him.
That's what it was. That was.
You never know what you'll get from Erik.
Yeah, exactly.
Last week there was something on the wall, and this week, it's all making sense now.
Yeah, last week it was slavery. It was all that sort of shit.
I like touching. Serious.
I like touching base.
Yeah. Erik, good luck, bro, with your 40 days. That's. Yeah, I hope he gets through it. I don't want him to break it. So we'll encourage him along.
Yeah. So we've got 3D deal, got all that stuff happening.
Yeah. There's a bit going on, mate. We could have an international guest with us right here in April.
Absolutely. Maybe we can imagine if all of our international connections were in a room together.
Yeah, maybe we could do a 3D
deal and fucking Erik. Just everyone just having a drink.
Yeah. What about our friend from Russia? She can come.
Yeah, it'd be amazing.
Some design work.
Great. The Daily Talk Show.
A deal with a flight centre. Can you bring all our guests to the one place?
I would enjoy
connecting the world.
It's the Daily Talk Show. Hi at thedailytalkshow.com. If you want to send us an email.
We'll see you tomorrow, guys.
Catch ya.